I'm here with Max Winck, marketing manager for ISE, and I think the big story this year,
yeah,
omniSHAPES.
omniSHAPE, yeah. Well, in case omniSHAPE is the attraction on our booth, and I think it's one of the major attractions of the show, at least from my point of view, what I've seen on the other booths so far. It attracts a lot of visitors to our booth, and we only get positive response so far. So it seems to be, as we expected, a quite flashy and new product. So everybody's excited how it works and what it looks like, and we have the possibility to show. Very good response so far.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain a bit more about the benefits of the product?
Yeah. To those people who don't know omniSHAPES yet, it's based on a LED projection. It's a small rear projection cube in the end. Mm-hmm. So we have a screen unit in the front, a very stable metal base frame, and a projector in the back, and it's all very fixed, tied together. Very easy to handle, so it's already got all the mechanisms to build up video walls installed on the base frame, so it's very easy to be stacked. And the major advantage, and that's where the name comes from, the omniSHAPES, is that you can have different screen shapes. You cannot only have rectangular screens, which is the standard shape. It's a 4x3 rectangular shape. You can also have 5-sided shapes. You can have hexagonal shapes. You virtually can have shapes of any kind. So we can realize omniSHAPES of any shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another advantage of the product is not only the possibility to have different shapes of the product itself, but also to build up video walls of almost any shape. So you can build up convex and concave shaped video walls, which is not possible with any other product on the market, except LED, but they won't have the resolution, which is very high on the omniSHAPE.
Yeah. Yeah. I also understand it's quite easy to put together.
Yeah, it's very easy. You just take it and stack them on top of each other. We have a locking mechanism and just put in the bars, knock it a little bit. You can knock it with a hammer, it's no problem.
Yeah.
Very stable made. And then it's fixed together. You can lift it up, you can have them hanging, you can have them flying. Even the adjustment of the colors, it's all automated, and there's a very user-friendly software just to distribute your signals on the different omniSHAPES, and every omniSHAPE has got its own processing unit inside, so the mapping is done internally. So every omniSHAPE, you just tell it where it is with the software, and it takes the part of the image which it needs.
Yeah. Yeah. I also understand there's an alternative in terms of brightness and an LCD unit.
It has a comparable brightness. You have the advantage that you have the rear projection screen. It's not reflective, so you don't have much problems with ambient lights if you have direct lights on it. So it's quite comparable to an LCD unit. But of course you have smaller gaps with the omniSHAPES, because the image goes right to the edges of the projection screen, and you can build them up very tightly. And with an LCD you will always have a gap of about 5 millimeters, 6 millimeters within your images, and with an omniSHAPE it's about 1 millimeter or so.
Yeah. Back to omniSHAPES, what about the comparison to the alternatives that there are in the market?
Well, there were comparable products first on the market when we developed the omniSHAPES. Not as a reaction on that, we already were in the process of developing it. Of course, others were first. But from the very beginning, we tried to make it very flexible. So it's very flexible in use. You can, as I told you, you can realize shaped walls of any kind, as convex and concave walls. It's very service friendly. So it's the 3 major units. It's a projector in the back, the metal frame which stands, and the screen you just hang on in the front. So in case one unit fails somewhere in the middle of the wall, you don't have to disassemble the whole system. You just pull out the projector either to the back or to the front and put in the next projector. That would be the easiest solution. So it's very service friendly, and the possibility to have different screen shapes, of course. Yeah. There's no other product which can be hexagonal or which can be 5-sided or virtually omniSHAPE.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, the omniSHAPE is the main attraction. But what are the other highlights at the moment at the
Besides the OmniSHAPES, we have a new 60-inch quad full HD display. So it's an LCD monitor with a very high resolution. It's 4 times full HD on a single screen. It uses a direct LED as a backlight, so you have a very uniform image. You don't have any shadows in the edges or so. It looks very bright. It's about 500 candela, so it's targets market like in security applications, for example, to show 4 full HD camera signals on a single screen, or in the retail market you can also use it if you want to have a very high resolution image for jewelry, for example, or fashion, or everywhere you want to have very clear and crisp images. Yeah, they can use that display.
Okay, perfect. Well, looks like we have a lot to look forward to this year from ISE, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.